Captain asked the question, show us your bottom shelf blades. Since that's all I own, no problem. I think a knife should fit your hand like a hockey stick and vice versa. This is my hockey stick grip, which is kind of like a knife blade, smaller for the little finger and it's a little narrower up here, so you get more power and the stick becomes part of you. A knife should be the same thing. There's a couple garage sale Ginsus in my collection. I think I paid a quarter or less than 50 cents for one of these. This one I cut through a 4x4 the other day. It took me longer than I figured it would, and this soft steel kind of wore out on these points. But the handle, for a cheap knife, the handle is excellent. I mean, it's great for cutting cardboard or sawing through something or roadkill. I keep a few of these in my truck and a garage. Next are the utility plaster cutting knives. This is the old school where it doesn't even slide in and out. You gotta take it apart and have a sharp edge out all the time. The other ones retract. Stanley's got a pretty smooth action. This one's colored green so you don't lose it. High visibility. It's kind of funny because I got it for free. It was on top of a pallet somebody shrunk wrapped and cut the wrap off and just left it there. And when I went to deliver it, I had myself a new knife. It's another Stanley smooth action. This one is an X-Acto, super light. I mean, it fits your hand pretty good. And I took my file and ground that down a little bit to fit the finger better. You know, one thing with cheap knives, you don't mind using a file or a rasp to make the blade fit your hand better. Whereas if you had an expensive knife, you'd probably feel bad if you started hacking into it. This is the heaviest knife in the collection of the utilities, the Stanley, but it's got some cool features. You know, it was an impulse buy. I wouldn't normally spend 10 bucks on a knife, but you can get it stores the blades here in the bottom, like that. This you shove out all the way to the end here, and you can just press that little button and change the blade out without taking it apart. And since it's so super heavy, you got this nubby here on the end. You could probably bust glass if you had to. You couldn't do that with the plastic one, but these other ones would probably break glass. These are blade folders, which is kind of a cool idea. And this one's all cast metal. I kind of ground it down to fit my hand better. And what I like, and I ground in here, you get your fingers closer to the blade, you can get more leverage on it. It doesn't have a pocket clip like this. This one here is super lightweight. I think I paid less than $5 for this, but I did the same thing, get that hourglass grind in there to fit my hand better. But it's got a plastic pocket clip. That's a great lightweight carry utility knife. The rest are just ordinary pocket knives with stainless steel, and you know, all of them don't hold an edge. It's that soft Chinese steel. I mean, these two are bucks, but you know, those are good for fingernails or if you want to carry a small knife in your pocket that won't leave a mark in your pants after a few years. This little one's good for taking tags and ripping seams out on clothing. These other ones are a little bit, you know, for a cheap knife you get 4 blades, so what the heck. And this one's, you know, smaller profile. It doesn't, you know, leave a big bump in your pocket. This I think is the Harbor Freight machete, but I mean, that's a good design. It fits your hand pretty darn good, and maybe I was thinking of cutting that down a little bit, but I figure I better leave it there. And it's got an excellent saw here. I mean, wow. Well designed. For $5 or $6, I forget what I paid for that. These are garage sale butchers, old school, heavy duty steel. I mean, but they, you know, nice balance. You can grip them, squeeze the blade here, and chop. I mean, it'll build your arm up while you're chopping your vegetables. This buck knife was $30 or more. I forgot what it was in my collection, and it came with a loose blade. I had to hammer this rivets together. I had to, you know, grind a little bit in here to make it fit my hand better. And now, you know, it fits pretty good. This is, between this and the Gerber, are my everyday carries. And speaking about dummies buying the same knife twice, I did that. I was looking in the catalog, and it looked like it was at an angle like that. I thought, oh boy, that's right in line with your hand here. That might be a cool knife to have. And I didn't realize I already bought it before. And well, you can see the difference too, how I modify them. I grind it down here and a lot more in here, and took a lot of this nubby off to get my finger down there a little bit closer. So, but I mean, this was only like $13 or so, and this blade is way thicker than way more meat on it than the Gerber. I mean, this is nice with a pocket clip. It's a lightweight carry. This one's got to go on your belt. Another thing I got out of the Smoky Mountain catalog is one of these D2 steel blades, and I just drilled a hole in a piece of wood I had, and then I started hacking with my files and my rasp and my belt sander, and made it fit my hand a lot nicer. And this is just a garage sale junker I got, did the same treatment too. That was probably less than $5. But I mean, it's heavy. It's got that full tang. You could bust glass with it if you had to. But thanks, Samurai and Electro, for making funny, entertaining videos. God bless the YouTube people.